Greetings, everybody. Gleekon here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. We left off last time with what I think will end up being the Chronicles kind of version of the Day of the Dragon. Talking about the defeat of Deathwing, probably sending him off to, lick his wounds until Cataclysm, and also the freedom of Alexstrasza and the regaining of the power of the other dragon aspects. Also the weakening and disbanding of the Dragon Ball clan, along with some machinations of Neltharion and Onyxia. So stay a while and listen to... so a lot happened. Stay a while and listen to this one. It's called Forgotten Oaths. For 10,000 years, Deathwing's fellow dragon aspects had lived without the full measure of their power, and the sudden return of their strength was physically and mentally exhausting. As they acclimated to this change, they came to a troubling conclusion. For too long, the aspects had withdrawn from the world. They could not afford to do so anymore. It was time to take up the charges that the Titans had bestowed upon them once again. I feel like this is like leading up to the Dragonflight expansion that we're going to be doing at the end of this year. Nosdormu, the aspect of time, returned to safeguarding the sanctity of the Timeways. He was soon horrified to learn that a mysterious force was trying to change momentous events in history. The ripple effects of this could lead to the destruction of reality itself, and that's the caverns of time and all those dungeons that you have to do, through which they pepper in from Burning Crusade through Cataclysm. I don't really think they had much more after that, though. Ysera, the aspect of dreams, spent more time in the Emerald Dream, the mystical vision of an untouched wild Azeroth that helped guide nature in the physical world. But with her returned power and senses, she noticed that darkness and despair were creeping into hidden parts of the dream in the form of corruption called the Emerald Nightmare. Neither of them knew it, but both threats were sparked by the old gods. The touch of Yogg-Saron and later N'Zoth was gradually corrupting the Emerald Dream, and the Timeways were under assault by the infinite Dragonflight. These shadowy creatures came from one of Azeroth's potential futures, though their identity remained a mystery to Nosdormu. I wonder if that's going to happen in this expansion, or if that's just one more thing they can keep away. Malygos, the aspect of magic, was the least affected by the return of his power. During the War of the Ancients, Deathwing had slain most of his followers and driven the blue dragon aspect to the brink of madness. Malygos had hidden himself away in his lair, the Nexus, engulfed by grief and pain. With the return of his strength, his addled mind regained a sliver of clarity. It was not enough to completely break him out of his lethargy, but it did change him. For the first time in ages, Malygos began roaming the Nexus, surveying the state of his lair and his followers. Alexstrasza, the aspect of life, needed time to recover after her traumatic ordeal. She and her flight sequestered themselves away to heal both physically and emotionally. Though most of the dragon aspects were eager to put the past behind them, it would be many years before they fully recovered. The forces of evil would not wait for them to be ready. Okay, so kind of just like touch and base with where the Dragonflights are and what's going to become of them, or showing that they have an intention to help, but also foreboding at the very end there, foreshadowing that bad things will happen. All right, we got this episode in the pipe, 5x5. I thank everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time on Lore of Warcraft.